This is something which could transform your golf game in 5 minutes. Hi everyone, my name's James Robinson. Welcome back to Get Good at Golf. Today we're going to give you a couple of different shots that can really help you lower your scores. Now this is a shot which so many golfers would anticipate I'm going to get up and down 9 out of 10 times all day long, because for me it's so simple. I'm just going to get it close to the flag, hold the putt and then move on to the next hole. But so many golfers get this wrong, and then you're in a bad mood on the next tee, then you snap hook it out of bounds like someone's actually just done behind us there, and then it spirals out of control. Don't be that guy. Don't let it spiral out of control. Let's discuss how to get up and down from what is seemingly an easy position, but actually these are sometimes the more difficult ones. You'll see I've got a couple of balls on the fairway here, the beautifully manicured fairway, and a couple of balls in the semi-rough. I'm actually going to put one of these in a much worse lie behind us there to discuss, because I'm going to attack these in a very similar way, because I want to just have one shot in my arsenal that I know I can control, I know I can fall back on, but I'm also going to tweak it a little bit. So you'll see from the fairway here, I'm going to anticipate that I'm going to get a little bit of spin, so I'm going to make sure I've got my weight on my left foot. I'm going to have the handle leaning ever so slightly forward, not massively forward, not to get that leading edge smashing into the ground, but I'm just going to make sure that from here I'm very, very passive with my hands and allow the club to rotate around. So that's a good shot for me. That's gone to about 5 feet. That's generally what you would hope to get, maybe inside there. And tour average from here would be around that, Chris, I do believe, maybe just inside. So a lot of people would think that, oh, that one's run on, it's actually gone too far. And I'm really annoyed with that because it's not a gimme. But even the best players in the world don't do that. So what I did was made sure that even though I've got plenty of loft and plenty of control, I haven't opened the face up, I haven't taken a massive long swing at it, which you would see a lot of mid to high handicappers do. They would stand at the ball like this, as though you're playing a full shot, and then try and just play a really robotic shot. The key there is to allow the club to rotate and get that toe of the club rotating around. So if I play that again, the chance of it going in is fairly significant because I'm playing the shot that I want to play. I've learned there that the landing angle had to be a little bit closer, or the landing zone. The landing angle is obviously the descent that it comes down from. So because I'm playing it nice and low, the landing angle isn't going to be very high. The ball then releases out. What happens when I'm in the semi-rough here? Now the conditions do change a little bit because we're going to have more moisture between the grooves and the ball, because the grass is a little bit wet. Even if you're on a bone dry day, it's going to reduce spin. So I'm going to play it just a little bit higher, because now we don't have the spin. I want the landing angle to help us. So I'm going to have a little bit less shaft angle forward, have the butt of the club pointing more towards my belly button and the ball more in the middle of my stance. The weight stays left. It has to stay left. If your weight goes backwards, we're sending it straight through that tree over there, that gorgeous looking, I'm not sure if it's still alive, but tree. So you'll see this pops out a bit higher, and then the landing angle allows that ball to stop. That one's the closest one we've played, even though you would say this was a significantly harder shot because we don't know how the ball's going to react. So if I play you that one again, and you see consistency is key here. If you can play these shots time after time after time, then you can start to really not worry too much about missing greens, about missing too far out the way. Now this is where we've got a really awful lie. It's starting to get into winter, and you wouldn't get a drop from this because it is just a natural area. So what do I do here? I'm not going to open the face up too much, but I'm going to tweak it to use this bounce on the bottom here, because I want this bounce to glide underneath the ball. So many people here will go, right, I'm really worried about this. There's every chance I might duff this, so I'm going to move it back in the stance, I'm going to get the handle forward and I'm going to stab down on it. Now if you do that, the leading edge does dig in, and that's where you're going to duff it, and that's where you're going to be faced to look a little bit silly. So the ball stays in the middle of the stance, and I maintain that shaft angle with a slightly open face. The ball is still central and the weight's still left, so from here I can play the same shot. I can release that through. You can see it's come out a little bit dead because we actually got a little bit of mud between the club and the ball. I can't really account for that, but I've still got a 6-foot putt up the hill to try and save my par. I haven't left it where it is, I haven't bladed it towards the tree, and there is no chance that I'm going to smash it out of bounds on the next tee and lose my head. Guys, that could help you drop so many shots off your handicap. If you feel like it can, make sure you do smash that subscribe button, throw a like on this video and share it with all your friends. Apart from that, we'll see you tomorrow.